Yes everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for checking out today's video because I'm going to talk you through the delivery of a golf club into the golf ball, and we're going to specify it in regards to drawing the golf ball and fading the golf ball. So for me as a right-handed golfer, the draw would be starting to the right of the target and moving the shape from right to left onto the target for a slam dunk or close by. And the fade would be starting the ball left of target and curving the ball back to the target from there. So we're going to be talking not just about, I think we see this a lot, don't we? Just kind of set the feet to the left, set the club face a little bit to the right and swing your normal swing. But there's a lot more, it's a lot more complicated than that. I want to give it you in a way that's not crazy complicated, but also good information, okay? And we're going to be talking about the delivery position of the golf club on the way back to the golf ball. Guys, before we kick this video off, please do jump in the comment section below. I actually want to know how you draw the ball, how you fade the ball, and does it work? Are you in control of it? Do you really know what you're doing other than just trying to change alignment, which I think is a very common tip amongst most kind of YouTube videos? Do you really know what you're doing? Comment below. I'm really interested to kind of see what you already do. And obviously, if you're enjoying this video so far, please smash that like, because I'm going to hit some beautiful shots. That was a very confident statement, wasn't it? You may already know that for hitting a draw, the golf club's got to come from the inside of the golf ball, swinging to the right with the club face slightly left of the swing to hit the ball with some right to left spin. I often say I'm a big football fan, soccer fan for the US fans, and David Beckham free kick, okay? The way the old footballs used to be, he would come in, deliver his foot in that direction with the foot pointing more left of the direction of the leg to spin the ball to the left, okay? I hope that makes sense. So the golf club is no different. I would always say, I say this to my clients as well, this is Beckham's leg, okay? Not quite as expensive, not quite as worth as much, but that's his foot and that's his leg. So the leg's gonna come in from the inside, swinging to the right, but the club face is gonna be pointing left of that, okay? So in doing so, I'm able to deliver the club from inside here, and the club face is rotating and the ball starts slightly right and then curves nicely round to the left hand side. So we're talking delivery position and delivery position on the way down. So what I often like to kind of class as neutral is if I do my takeaway, so I'm looking straight down the target line here, if I do my takeaway and the shaft of the club now is parallel to the target, I'm going to go up to the top of my backswing and I'm going to pull it back down to that same position. Technically, if this club is coming in straight into the golf ball with a straight club face relative to the target, the golf ball will go straight. Now we're obviously working on 0.0, 0.0, dead super straight, okay? But if I want to hit a little draw, I would then actually get my club a little bit inside, up to the top of the backswing, and a little bit inside. So now the shaft of the club will point maybe to the right edge of the green, okay? My club face though would still be toe up or toed in a little bit, okay? So it's a neutral club face relative to the target, but my golf swing, the delivery position of the club slightly to the right of the target, and then my body's gonna rotate, okay? So if I get my delivery position correct here, and I get the club face neutral, more neutral to the target, like that, I'm able to hit a little draw from right to left, okay? Now the same is gonna be said for the fade. The delivery position is going to be slightly different. It's going to be the opposite. So again, if we work from what the neutral position would be, so when I bring the club back down, it's going to be parallel to my target. We know that's going to be a draw. The delivery position to the golf ball from the fade position is going to be on the outside. And as a result of being on the outside or pointing more back towards your left thigh, the club works more to the left. If the club works to the left, and again, once again, we maintain a neutral club face position, the ball will curve off to the right-hand side. There's always the element from here of how do we even control all of that? There's a lot to control, isn't it? So I would always say to every golfer, just play one shot. I had a guy in a couple of weeks ago, And he's like, I want to learn to draw and fade it off the tee. My first answer was, why? Just hit one shot. If you are, and actually there's a great example given to us. We did a seminar with Claude Harmon. When Brooks Koepka won the US Open, he fades the ball from left to right. All of the dog legs on that golf course were right to left, but he didn't try and draw the ball. He just played his fade. He aimed down the left rough, faded it to the right side of the fairway. So yeah, he's going to have a longer approach shot than normal, but he played his own game. He managed to, using course management, get himself around a golf course that wasn't really set up for him. But obviously with good iron play and just being an all-round quality player, he was able to kind of steer the ball where he normally plays it and deal with it from there. You get so many golfers, and probably me included as well, that we get on this, we see that shape and we go, oh yeah, we need that shape. We need this shape. You don't need the shape. I often just think you need the shape if you're behind a tree. If you really need the shape, it's good to know it. But when you're stood on a tee and you normally fade the ball, but the actual dog leg is going the opposite direction, play to the fat part of that fairway. You're on the fairway still, that's the first job. Then deal with the next shot from there. Don't start trying to draw it if you don't know how to draw it, okay? But this is a great, sorry, that was just I digressed a little bit there. This is just a really good way of understanding as well. Actually, you can understand how your golf club probably delivers itself to the golf ball based on your own shot. So you might be out there, and you might just hit, if you just hit nice little fades all day long, then you can safely assume that your club is pointing towards your left thigh before it delivers itself to the golf ball, and the club face is slightly open, which gives you that little fade. So you're probably now thinking, okay, if I get the club into that position, how do I get it back to that position? And that's where my answer comes in, is if you don't really need to, don't bother, just play one shape of shot. But the knowledge of knowing the shot, I think, is massively important. Okay, so takeaway: neutral, up to the top, back on the outside. So see how the shaft of the club just points more towards my left thigh, it points more towards the left of the target. For a fade, straight, draw. We're trying to work on the positioning of the shape. Oh, that was beautiful. Obviously from there, the next problem is, how much does it fade? Where do I aim? And this is a bit of trial and error. This is where you should be on the driving range, using this to try and make sure you get the club into the right position, learn how that feels, get some feedback from how much the ball is moving, so then you know how to aim, okay? So for me personally, I struggle to hit a fade on request, apart from that shot. But I mean, I'll be honest, that's about 40 foot right of the target. So I struggle to really control my fade, okay? So I'm only ever gonna play that shot when I really, really have to play it. So knowing how I could struggle to control it, I often miss it further right than I actually anticipated, so I'd need to aim more left. If I now aim more left and I don't fade it as much, I'm still going to miss the green. So there's so many issues that come with trying to shape your shots. However, understanding how to shape your shots, I think, is vitally important for every golfer. So I'm a drawer of the golf ball, okay? So the flag is just over the middle of this bunker in front of us. So I'm actually gonna aim, this is why I've set it up here, because I think it's a great visual for you. I'm gonna aim to the right edge of this first bunker, okay? That's where I'm gonna aim my whole body, because I deliver the club from inside the neutral position with the shaft of the club pointing to the right, and I turn and I draw it back. So I'm actually not even aiming at my target. I'm aiming just right at my target, and I know that the delivery position on the way back down gets the club inside, and then we're going to turn. Just like that. That was so pure. Okay, that was nice. Okay, so I know that my golf swing, the club is delivering from the inside for a draw, and I can set up for it. I know that if I want to hit a fade, I need to figure out how to get the club to deliver from the outside. Now, you will have seen tips where it says, okay, target line, open your feet to the left, turn your club face a little bit to the left, and swing as normal. That's almost kind of pre-setting all the angles. Then all you've got to do is swing. The hardest part of that is the golf swing. Okay, we're not that much in control of it. So I want you to be able to understand exactly what we're trying to do with the club face, why we're trying to put it into certain positions. Take that onto the driving range and start to try and build some feel. Okay, good little drill for this. Neutral, swing up, and then just get to there, put it outside, and then just chop across it, and you just start to feel where the difference of the swing comes from. You'll start to feel what the shaft of the club is doing differently as it starts to strike the golf ball. You'll start to really feel the difference in how your body moves, how your club moves through impact, because obviously when I'm fading it, everything gets very tight and close onto my left side through impact. But if I'm drawing it, everything gets more away and more free on the way through impact. So just giving yourself these different understandings, these different ideas, and understanding how it really feels to hit a draw and a fade. I'm not the one to stand there and just say, open your feet, open the club face, swing normal. That's absolute BS, to be honest. It doesn't work, okay? But it will work like that when you understand exactly what the golf club is doing. So like I said, I'm not an advocate at all for someone standing on there and shaping their shots, okay? I don't think many of us on this planet are good enough to do that. I don't do it, but better players than me don't do it. They just hit one golf shot. But what the good players do is they understand how to hit the other shot if they really, really need to. Okay, that's the one thing I would urge you. If you want to get better at golf, get really good at one shot and then get some knowledge on the others just in case you do need them. Practice them by all means, but just have some knowledge and understanding about the other shots in case you need them. But get good at one shot. But really, I think that's I was about to say, I think that's a great lesson today. I do think it's a good lesson. Really work on the delivery positions of the golf club relative to the golf ball and start to feel what is happening with the club as it comes into the golf ball, and your own feedback will multiply twofold rather than just kind of standing open, standing closed and trying to blag it basically. Okay, so we're understanding exactly the delivery position of the golf club. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please do comment below. I actually really want to know, how do you draw the golf ball? How do you fade it? What have you been doing? What's your process been so far? Or do you just not bother? And if you just don't bother, I like you, okay? But also let's learn as well. Guys, please do hit this like button. Please do subscribe to the channel. Loads of content to come, as you already may have guessed. We'll see you again very soon.